records. This was a youth correctional facility until 19 Research Fund, the Institute for Human Betterment, 89. Then, only a few weeks ago, it was acquired by an anonymous investor using crypto.
He's here.
Be careful, 47. The breadcrumbs were almost too easy to follow. It could be a trap.
Not a trap. An invitation.
You came home. I knew you would. You've come a long way, 47. And even now, you don't remember.
This place.
This was our prison, where Father trained us, shaped us into killers for Providence. You don't remember. They ripped it out of you, wiped it away, but I do. I remember everything.
You're a terrorist with nothing to lose. You'd say anything.
I know, it's difficult. You never miss your mark or question your function, but we made a pact. You and I. Do this, and we both lose.
There was an incident. That boy, he died.
He lived. Because of you. Don't you remember his name? You know this. Deep down, you know. What was his name?
Subject 6. Your name is Subject 6.
And what is our purpose?
To take them all down.
Very, very interesting.
We were gonna tear it all down. The Institute, Providence, everyone who'd ever hurt us. We failed. The partners grew paranoid, made sure that Ortmeyer's children would never challenge them again. I'm the only one who got away unchanged. The only one left who remembers.
Ortmeyer was Providence.
Everything he did to us, everything he made us do, it all leads back to them.
I'm breaking more rules than I care to count, Mr. Gray. What's your play?
The partners hide behind a cloak of anonymity. Only one man knows their true identities. Your client. He is the key.
But he is untraceable. So what am I missing?
A man would come to the Institute. A man with a Providence pin. The first constant. If we find him, if he's still alive, he's our way in.
You don't know who he is, but 47 does. That's what this reunion is all about.
Show them.
You're just gonna hand it over. Our one bargaining chip.
Olivia.
Fine. 47's memory was erased, irreversibly at the time. But after Ortmeyer's death, his estate was acquired by the Ether Corporation. And they made an antidote.
It's a long shot, I know.
This is not how it works. We don't just join the revolution. ICA is neutral. We don't take sides.
I hate to break it to you, lady, but neutrality is a side. It's the side of the status quo.
People have died. Civilians. You align yourself with terrorists, murderers.
Sometimes even monsters serve a purpose.
Look.
Enough. You have a choice. But I made mine a long time ago. I will finish what I started.
Subject 47. Most gifted of all my boys. So you're the pick of the litter. Tell me about the incident. The subject ran away. He and another boy. The instigator was punished accordingly. As were all the neighbors. My men did what needed to be done. It won't happen again. Bring your house in order, Doctor. You won't like the alternative.
I remember who he is.
Wow, that was very interesting.
Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master. A KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka, Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shadow Client.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field.
We will rock you. Go!
Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former Constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Now remember, this is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47.
And we begin.
I've marked your map with several points of interest. We're running this mission with very little upfront intel, but these locations could provide clues to help you obtain the information we need. Good luck.
And by a lot, I mean all of them. Got it?
I'll do my best, Mr. Blake. Knock 'em dead.
Oh, don't you... Oh, hello there. I'm Charles Blake, chairman of the Homeowners Association. I'm running for a seat in the next election.
Charles Blake III appreciates your support.
Mr...
I'm not from around here.
Ah, I see. Not a registered voter, then.
I don't much care for politics.
I like your honesty.
Have a fly.
Just between
Read
you
more
and me.
about Charles Blake
I don't
III
care
and his
about
politically
politics either.
flexible platform.
Have a nice day. All right, Aiden, I'm heading off on my tour now. Now make sure you hand out a lot of those flyers, all right? And by a lot, I mean all of them. Got it?
I'll do my best, Mr. Blake. Knock 'em dead.
Don't you worry. I practically own this town. Everyone here loves me. I'll be back later.
Here's a flyer. Hi there. Are you a registered voter?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. In that case, Charles Blake III would really appreciate it if you voted for him in the upcoming elections. Would you like a flyer? Or perhaps, if you have time, I could tell you more about him. He's a fascinating man with many bold ideas.
Blake, the chairman of the Homeowners Association? If he's running for office, God help us all. That man effectively tried to cancel Christmas once because he felt it wasn't possible to achieve matching Christmas decorations across all the houses in Whittleton Creek.
Well, some of those decorations could be considered a little over the top. I mean, back home, we never went all in, as you say here.
It's Christmas. Blake thinks that just because he owns a lot of the land around here, he can boss everyone around. We have to go to town meetings every 3 weeks to do votes on local regulations because he keeps coming up with new ways of trying to control what we can or can't do around here. If that man ever got into higher office...
No flyer, then? Excuse me, sir. Are you a registered voter? I'd love to tell you about a new candidate who might just change your life. Yes, sir. A total game changer here.
I'm listening.
Wonderful. I'm sure you're aware that voting season is upon us again. And if you're anything like me, a recent immigrant to this fine country, the candidates this time around just aren't very, savoury. But we have a man here today who's about to change all that.
I don't care much for politics.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today. He has no stakes in Washington. No connections to the establishment. No allies hidden away in lawless groups that pull the strings around the world. He's just a common man who decided that he wouldn't take it anymore. He's here to clean up, to give you exactly what you want, and to make sure the government doesn't stick its nose into everything.
Fascinating. How is he going to achieve all that?
By imposing restrictions and pushing crippling laws that will bind legislators to their desks for decades. His approach is simple. Give every one of those Washington-based desk jockeys so much work they simply won't have time to enforce the existing laws. And then, while they're busy looking through their fat law books, use his executive powers to undo the existing laws. It's a radical approach, sure, but quite effective.
And this Blake character, he's out here now, ringing doorbells?
Sure is. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Good on you. Be sure to vote come election day. And feel free to spread the word about Charles Blake III. Here's your chance to change the world. Vote Blake.
That is Nolan Cassidy. Former Secret Service agent and current Providence Herald, Cassidy is assigned to protect Janus.
That guard out. Nobody else in here, so I need to knock that. Oh, damn it. He's back.
A letter from Janus to someone called Zoe. It looks like a draft, and is full of explicit descriptions of how unhappy Janus is with Zoe and her sister having been appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Huh. This is a good find, 47. A recording of some sort. The note mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47.
That's taken care of. What else is here? What's up here? Beautiful.
Cassidy looks to be a gun enthusiast. The room looks like it's outfitted with a lot of security and alarms.
Good afternoon, sir.
That was close.
found something. A weapon, to be more precise. Now that's a bad sign, if you ask me.
You stay here.
Okay.
Come on, Cassidy.
Nolan Cassidy is down. Good work, 47. Janus awaits your attention.
Yep. Just to make sure there is no basement.
Oh, jeez, darling, I'm so hungry.
Insurance. Oh,
Have you seen those? No, I'm Charles Blake III. Chairman of the Homeowners Association.
Oh, I see. How silly of me. Isn't my face red now? Nice to meet you, Susan Wilson. We just moved in here.
So I understand. Mrs. Wilson, I'll get straight to it. I'm running for office here in Vermont, and I sure would appreciate it.
3 times already. Why not just go inside? It's open to everyone.
Well, I don't really know anything about local politics. We just moved to Vermont, you see.
Not to worry, Mrs. Wilson. I promise to take very good care of you and your husband. What was it that you did for a living again?
I work for the government. My husband is independently employed.
Very interesting. Well, as newcomers, I'm sure it must be difficult to navigate everything in the middle of voting season, so let me help you out. Vote for me, and I promise you I'll make your lives even easier.
But you don't even know where I stand politically.
Well, Susan, I'm running on a politically flexible platform. You vote for me, and I'll take care of everything you need. Besides, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do the chairman of the local homeowners association a favor. You being new here and all?
I see. I'll certainly discuss this with my husband. I think I need to get back to the guests now.
Wonderful. Have a fine day, Mrs. Wilson. Yes, they are voting for Charles.
Your house is so beautiful. I'm really impressed by all the wonderful things you have here. I wish my husband would let me have that much art inside the house. But he gets, well, he doesn't appreciate it the same way I do.
Well, Richard and I have similar interests, so it's really not that hard to get him to go along with my ideas. Although, I have to say, it's been challenging to find a good place for my old microfilm viewer. Right now, it's just collecting dust in the attic.
Microfilm? That's an interesting thing to collect.
Well, it's sort of a hobby that never really took off. Besides, I don't have any microfilm to play on the viewer anyway. I'm not sure I could find any either.
Well, Janus next door collects all kinds of ancient memorabilia. He might have a roll or tape or whatever it is that sort of thing uses. I'm sure he'd be delighted to lend you something.
That's very good.
Back in the day,
Thank
Janus was known for his obsessive need to archive and keep memorabilia. If he has any microfilm in his house, it might contain something interesting.
Station 3, nothing to report. Barbecue looks good, though.
Looking good today, sir.
I have to tell you.
What?
Nothing good in here.
Yes, I understand. You tried to reach me earlier. Ah, there you are, my boy. Yes, well, it's about the chairman's seat. I understand Frederick was overlooked despite my recommendations. I would appreciate an explanation of the reasoning behind the decision. Well, it's a long and rather complicated discussion to undertake over the phone. Your request was put in front of the partners and considered, but in the end, it was decided to assign the role to the Washington twins. The partners saw their ideas as a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. They are fortune seekers, robbers of the past, focusing on glory and wealth and outlandish futuristic dealings rather than conservation. They are not representative of what the society was built for. I understand your concern. Rest assured, I will be watching them closely. Very well. It seems we have a lot to discuss when we meet soon. Agreed. Until then.
Excellent, 47. This recording confirms that Janus is planning to meet with the Constant. This is just the sort of thing we're looking for.
Let's go. All the way out of this damn place. Into the sun's
completely irresponsible person would leave a weapon lying around?
Wait, that's not an ordinary resident of Whittleton Creek 47. This must be one of Cassidy's men working undercover. I suggest you keep an eye out for more of them.
Say, wouldn't you like to come out to the stand and join us, giving away all these wonderful muffins?
Oh, I'd love to, my darling, but I've got to do some sewing. Janus has a dressing gown that needs a few touch-ups, and he's getting anxious. Apparently he needs it.
You seem to have so
The
many
robe
things
for
going on,
Janus.
West.
What could he need
I
that
don't
for?
know how you find the time.
When you retire, you can get a solid amount of things done. No way.
Damn fish scared the hell out of me. Find this damn dress.
A ceremonial robe of some sort with a note from Janus attached. The note is interesting. Janus has asked Helen to do a few repairs on the road before he leaves for his annual trip. He even put a date there. This is valuable information, 47. Good work, 47. We now know Janus is meeting with the Constant at an event related to the Ark Society. And we have an approximate date as well. I think that's all we're going to get.
We're close to the finish line. It's time to end this.
Is anybody just allowed into the house?
Sinister-looking basement. What could she be doing down here?
You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, Demolition Man. Unless it's a flesh-eating mutant mole, you don't need explosives. We're gonna keep them.
One of Janus's gardeners has decided to clear a series of mole tunnels using explosives. I applaud his infused.
Safe in our trunk until you produce that license, okay?
Ah, come on, man. It's standard procedure. You stuff the holes, and then you blow up the tunnel system so it collapses. Look it up on YouTube.
Sir, if the American police force looked to YouTube as guiding principle for standard procedure, I'm pretty sure civilization would have collapsed a long time ago.
God damn it.
Better let the pros take over.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't let you through, okay? Please leave the area.
funny, man. Please help me. Someone. Anyone.
What?
Jesus! Why do I have to do everything around here? I need some...
Easiest way to do it. Find them in the bushes.
Echo Foxtrot to November Zulu, over. Someone is acting up. He needs to be set straight before he hurts someone.
Hey, you alright?
Hey, you. What seems to be the problem here? Up on your feet again.
What the...
outside sometime.
The first rings a bell. If Janus was its founder, perhaps he's still attending these gatherings, 47. This could be valuable information indeed.
Come on, old man, go outside. Come on, old man. Where are you going? Come on, Janice. Come on. Let's go, old man. Come have some tea. Really? And he sits down. Jesus. Nothing I can really do down here. Go in the kitchen, drink some tea. No? What the hell?
James. Cold War spy master and first Providence constant. I wonder how much he remembers. How little he cares. At last, the actions of the first constant catch up with him. Death feels like an easy way out for a man like James.
And we're done.
We are close now, gentlemen. Both targets are dead. All mission objectives are completed. 47, once you've left Whittleton Creek, I will notify Providence of our discovery.
In the meantime, we'll go over the clues you found. Once we've located the constant, we'll make our final move.
You make it sound so.
So easy it is. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you later.